Hello, everyone. Happy new moon in the sign of Pisces. Welcome. How does it get any better than this? What else is possible? How much luckier could we possibly be? Today, maybe I should wait for a few people to show up. I don't know. Actually, you know what? You can always watch the replay, right? so, they say that the new moon of Pisces, which is today, is one of the luckiest days of the year. And it's so cool because on my morning meditation, the 30 days of downloads, one of the things that we talked about was tapping into that energy of luck. And that energy of luck as something being that you create, that we create, not something that is outside of us, that we are waiting to happen, that we're waiting to happen to us. Luck is everywhere. Luck is an energy that is available to you, that is available to us all the time. And what would it take for this month, for the next 30 days, to be the luckiest days of our lives? Now, here's the thing with the energy of Pisces. We look at that and we go, oh, I know, but there's so much chaos in the world. There's so much fear. There's so much sadness. There's so much disruption. There's so much drama and trauma. There's a war going on, and what if that turns into a World War III? And oh my God, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What we know to be true is that where we focus our energy, is that's what grows in our life. Okay, so if we focus on that death, that despair, that sadness, that pain, then what's going to happen is what's going to manifest is more of that in our life, in our individual life. Whereas this month is so special because we do have the opportunity to tap into this energy of seeing things with joy, seeing things with happiness, seeing possibility that exists that we never knew existed before, right? And that's one of the gifts of the energy of Pisces, is that Pisces is the dreamer. And it's the sign of I remember my grandmother was such a Pisces. Mimi was such a Pisces, right? She had fantasies and doll parties and tea parties, and we would always dream whenever our thing was Mary Poppins, right? Like we loved Mary Poppins. And every time that we would be sad or upset or whatever, she would always be like Mary Poppins, and she would be like, okay, let's spoonful of sugar it. And I remember there were some times that it was really, really annoying, right? Really annoying. But once her energy became so pervasive, and with that beautiful joy and with that beautiful happiness, then that was something that was infectious. That was something that I wanted to have more of. And I remember tapping into that energy from her, that energy of being a dreamer and fantasizing about realities. And I got a lot of that from her for sure. This month is a gift to be able to tap into that energy. And I know it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, but to the degree that it makes you uncomfortable is actually to the degree that it will actually work for you even greater. So if you're not one of those people that easily can go into a different reality, who can imagine, who can dream, who can have fun, you'll have an extra boost this month. Okay? You'll have an extra boost. This month, you will have that energy, that boost of playing with possibilities, and playing with possibilities in a way that maybe you've never thought of before. And that is what luck is. That is what luck is. Luck is playing with possibilities that you never knew were possible before. And we want to inject that energy tonight in our meditation. So there's a couple of things, a couple of really key points, really exciting points about the energy of Pisces that I want to talk about. Some things that we can use. One of the things that we know about Pisces is the sign of the fish, but you notice it's the sign where they both go, one goes this way and one goes this way. So it says that duality exists and everything. I just did a live with my friend Richard, who's a master tarot reader, and he talked about how represented in the card is the dog and the wolf. Seemingly they look like the same thing, right? But the wolf can rip your head off and the dog you could snuggle with. So it's this energy of what are you getting? What are you getting here? What are you going to tap into? What are you going to see? So, one, what we appear to be on the outside could be the wolf, but our subconscious could actually be the dog, right? Or the opposite. Our what we appear on the outside could be the wolf, or it could be the dog, right? But inside could be the wolf. And so one of the things that's such a contribution this month is really getting into our subconscious mind and feeling in our subconscious mind and seeing what it is there that is available to us, and how we can actually eliminate and eradicate and transform that to work for us. Hi, Ben. Hi, guys. How is everyone? So happy that you're here. So who are you? What mask do you wear on the outside? Do you wear the wolf or do you wear the dog? So if you feel like it, put it in there. Put it in there. Are you the wolf or the dog? Most of the time, the mask that you wear is the wolf or the dog. And usually, what is on the opposite is what's in the subconscious. Now, this month, we have the opportunity to tap into that subconscious mind. Okay. Really, really, really tap into that subconscious mind. And how do we do that? We do that with meditation. Most of you that are here meditate with me almost every morning. And if you don't, we invite you to be a part of that more ongoing and more frequently. And that energy of tapping into the subconscious mind is quieting the wolf so that you can listen to the dog. So it's quieting the wolf so that you can tap into what is available to you, that your subconscious mind is revealing that you may not have been able to sit with yet. The one thing you want to remember about our subconscious beliefs is that subconscious beliefs are deep. They're very, very, very deep. And as most of you know, I'm a theta healing instructor and a theta healing master. And theta healing is a meditation technique that actually targets the theta brainwave. The theta brainwave is the seat of the subconscious mind. And what we know to be true is that the subconscious mind, the seat of the subconscious mind, is the place with which we can activate and tap into our intuition. So when we tap into our intuition, we can actually remove and replace those beliefs with ones that actually work for us. Now, I want to share something with you that Richard said earlier, which I thought was a really, really interesting awareness. He said, the word believe contains the word lie, right? The word belief contains the word lie. So what is a belief, right? What is a belief? A belief can be a thought you keep thinking. It can be something that's been told to you. It can be anything. It can be something that you picked up from your ancestors, or energy that you have bought from previous lifetimes that you don't even know about. But what we know to be true as well with a belief is, what do you know? There's a difference between a belief and a knowing, right? A knowing is something that is like, it's true for you. It's light. What would it take for you to live your day-to-day life following your truth, following your knowing, and following what is light to you? Remember, a lie is light. A lie is heavy, and a truth is light. So if you tap into that energy of lightness, how much more could you have of that lightness, right? If you carried your lightness and with you, and connecting the dots with that lightness, the contribution for who you are and who you be would exponentialize greater. One thing I want to share about that is that we can't judge others for their beliefs or what's light or what's heavy for them, because what is true, what is light for me may be heavy for you, and what is heavy for you may be actually light for me. So we're going to tap into that energy to get into our subconscious so that we can actually eliminate and eradicate those things that are not working for us. The other thing that I want to share with you guys is, oftentimes we talk about how, I hear so often, love you so much, how hard this is, how hard it is to meditate, how hard it is to do this, how hard it is to commit to a class, how expensive a session is. Like, I hear this all the time and I totally get it. And working on yourself doesn't have to be so complicated, right? It doesn't have to be so complicated. If a belief is just a thought you keep thinking and a vibration that keeps expanding, that you keep tapping into, What would it take for you to create some mantras in your life that you keep telling yourself over and over and over? Because if you keep telling yourself these energies, keep telling yourself these things, they will begin to resonate with you, right? If you're not feeling well, or if you're sick, or if you have a lack of financial or sustenance or abundance, say, I am wealthy. I am happy. I am healthy. I am safe. I am wealthy. I am happy. I am healthy. I am safe. I am wealthy. And you may not believe it, but you can actually begin to convince your cells of your body of it. And then it will become a reality once you actually implement that. But if you choose to just ignore it, if you choose to just ignore it and do nothing, then of course it will only get bigger. We focus on what is wrong increases. So you don't have to do anything. You can just add some mantras to your life to contribute to me. Speaking of my grandmother, my grandmother used to do this thing. I remember his name was Brian Tracy, and he was like a Tony Robbins, I guess, of the 80s or something. And my grandmother was like a powerhouse businesswoman. And I remember in the morning she would look at herself in the mirror. And one time I caught her putting her mascara on, and I caught her saying, "I feel terrific. I feel terrific. I feel terrific. I feel terrific." And I caught her and I was like, "Are you fucking nuts?" And she was like, "Say it with me. Say it with me. I feel terrific. I feel terrific." And I was like, wow, this woman has lost her marbles. And we were in the car. She was taking me to school that day. And I was like, "What were you doing in the bathroom?" And she was like, "I had a really, really bad dream last night. I had a very bad dream last night. I woke up very scared and I needed to put myself in a good mood. And so I'm listening to these tapes." Brian Tracy says, "Whatever we put out there is going to come back to us." And I just looked at myself in the mirror. I said, "I feel terrific." And the minute she told me that, I was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool. I feel terrific." So from a very early age, my grandmother was infusing these energies too. Oh, wow. No kidding. Yeah. Brian Tracy. Thank you, Mimi, for bringing him back in. Yeah. So we do know. The other thing I want to talk about too is that energy of life in imitating art. Okay. So again, I told you that the energy this month is dreaminess, right? It's a lot of dreaminess, and it's a lot of this energy of like a lot of dreaminess and fantasy and all this kind of stuff. And this is an amazing time to tap into your creativity. And what if you took all that trauma and drama that you have in your life and you actually contributed it to doing something in your life that was beautiful, that was creative, that was proactive, and that was fun, right? So for example, I have some really cool facts that I want to share with you guys. First of all, Michelangelo was a Pisces. Okay, he was born on March 6th, 1475. He spent 4 years painting the awe-inspiring ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. During this lifetime, Michelangelo was also known as Il Divino, the Divine One. And this energy is like so Piscean. And you notice so much of Michelangelo's work was all about the higher upper worlds and the lower worlds and the veil that comes in between them. So Michelangelo really infused a lot of his energy, his curiosity, a lot of his pain, a lot of his strife, a lot of his struggle into his art. So what will it take for you to channel all the energy that you have in your life that you perceive as challenging you or holding you back, and actually channeling it into something that could actually turn out to be a masterpiece? And don't come here saying that you are not some kind of artist. Okay, this is not the place, because every single one of you is an artist. Every single one of you is creative. Every single one of you has that power within you to create magic. Okay, so let your art, let that energy, if it's singing, if it's dancing, if it's just drawing, whatever, it doesn't matter. Some other brilliant Pisces people to inspire you: Nina Simone. Nina Simone was a Pisces, and also Alexander McQueen. Talk about excellence. Alexander McQueen's work astonishes me still to this day. So, and I'm in London. How does it get any better? This is where he lived and died and created all of his magic. So that energy, that dreaminess, that incredible balance of bringing that energy in, it's also funny, it's also interesting too, because today, um my dear friend Irina and I, we went to see the Francis Bacon exhibition at the Royal Academy of Art. And Bacon's work is all about the contrast between the man and animal, right? And it was such a really, really powerful collection, a exhibition, and an amazing collection. And it really was that fine line, that veil between animal and human. And then completely not planned. This evening we went to see The Life of Pi in the West End. And if you guys read the book, it's one of my favorite books ever. And in the book, it's the story. Basically, I'm going to sum it up, and I'm going to say it's also um, how we perceive the energy of man versus the energy of animals, and what's the fine line between that. So how crazy that all of that was what we planned this a while ago, but it happened to be on the new moon. And tapping into that energy of that, the wolf versus the dog, the animal versus the human. What is the difference between an animal and a human? And it's interesting because in the play there are all these references to animals. We It's okay to allow an animal to destroy another animal, right? To consume it, to tear it apart, to eat it or whatever. But when we see a human doing that to another human, we freak out. So what is that? What is that energy? Why do we find it so common for an animal, but for a human it's like, oh my God, that's horrible. What is that? That's a contemplation. There's not a right and a wrong in it. My awareness was that it's consciousness, right? Consciousness is what separates us. What's the difference between a human and an animal? Consciousness. Um, my interesting point of view. I'm not claiming to have the full authority on that, but that's what I feel. The other thing I wanted to share with you is to really begin to contemplate the world of energy, you know, quantum physics, quantum mechanics, another really, really cool Piscean fact. So, Albert Einstein, who created the theory of relativity, turned our concept of reality on its head, right? He completely turned our concept of what is reality on its head. He was a Pisces, born March 14th, 1879. And interestingly enough, the modern great scientist, what's his name, that was in a wheelchair, Hawking's, Philip Hawking's, Stephen Hawking's, even though he was a Capricorn, he died on Einstein's birthday, which is also Pi Day, right? And pi is the number of infinity that just keeps going and going and going. So how does it get any better? What else is possible? So we start to see all these really, really interesting connections from the universe. When we are open to the quantum field, open to tapping into that energy, then anything is possible. This is something that's going to come up for you a lot, contemplating life, contemplating reality, right? And what would happen if you just lost track of time? What if you just lost track of time? What if you just lost track of space and just allowed yourself the energy to carry on, and allowed yourself to become so present that the definitions of time and space and motion became obsolete? Wow. How does it get any better than that? What else is possible? I know. Little cuckoo. Hi, guys. Hi, Betsy. So happy that you guys are all together and all here. The last concept that I want to talk about, or last pondering, I would like for you guys to consider before we do the meditation is, what do you truly, truly, truly perceive about past lives? What are past lives? What do past lives mean to you? And how can you actually, do you really believe in them? Is it something that's kind of fun? Do you think maybe you were Marie Antoinette in a past life? Like, what is your awareness of past lives? And what will it take for you to actually ponder that energy? Not to get stuck on it and stuck into brain candy, because we can go there, right? We can lose ourselves. We can really, really lose ourselves in past lives. And that's not the point. The past of having an awareness of our past lives is so that we can correct the present, so that we can create a different choice and do something different in the present. So ponder past lives. Ask yourself, what was I in a past life? Why is this showing up in my life right now? And how is it connected to my past life? Ask that. When you have a challenge or some drama or trauma that's coming up for you, ask, how is this connected to my past life? The other day, I was sitting at a table with some really, really, really powerful people here in London who are doing amazing things. And I observed and I listened, and I couldn't believe that I was sitting here at this table. I'm sitting here with all of these powerful people, geniuses, like revolutionary, I mean, just unbelievable people. And I'm thinking, holy fuck, we have been together in at least one lifetime all together in this same place, same scenario. And then if you have been together, what was the lesson that you learned? Or what was the lesson that you didn't learn and that you are brought back together to learn now? So I've been playing with that a lot, especially here in London. I'm often finding that I'm having these encounters with entities a lot. And their only explanation that I can really, really say is that it's really connected to those past lives. And I'm just kind of playing with those energies and seeing where they can take me and how they can inform my present so that I can create greater. Like, for example, we're teaching a access bars class here on Saturday, and I could not be more excited, right? It's like when you discover that there's an egg, right? There's an egg. And as there's an egg, what makes the egg so valuable and so exciting and so real? When you crack it. When you crack it, that's when you have the stuff that you eat and it's all good and you can, do all kinds of amazing things with that egg. And that's how I also perceive energy, and an opportunity that comes to you. What if you could crack the egg, the outside, the shell of what you think that is, to actually reveal the goo, the stuff inside that you can enjoy, that you can create with, that you can do something with. So what will it take for us to have more of that? What would it take for today to be the luckiest today to be the luckiest day of your life yet? And what would it take for tomorrow and every day thereafter to be the luckiest day that you've ever had? What magic and miracles and mysteries and possibilities are there for you? Let's tap into that energy. Okay. Hi guys, thank you so much for being here. All of you, just adore you all. Okay, so let's begin the meditation. So as we begin the meditation tonight, I want you to contemplate your awareness about the energy of luck. What is luck to you? Do you consider yourself lucky? Do you consider yourself lucky? I didn't say blessed, I said lucky. Oh, hi Eddie. Hi, my love. Yeah, looking at the life through a child's eyes too, how lucky are we to have that energy? And what can we learn from them? Looking at the world with that awe and that sense of like being so present, what can I do with that? So let's tap into that energy right now. What would it take for today, tomorrow, the rest of this month, and every day of your life to be the luckiest days of your life? Would you like to know that your best years are ahead of you? That your best moments begin now? Your best possibilities are flourishing here and now? If you'd like that, say yes. Okay, so now let's tap into our heart. And I'm gonna take you guys on a journey. Actually, I'm gonna try something completely new with you guys. We're gonna try a past life meditation, okay? Just because it's you, you're my family. I love you guys so much. And I want to see what comes up for you, okay? Don't worry. I've got you. You're safe. We're gonna do it together, okay? So first of all, let's become aware of where we are. Taking the energy and the vibration of the room around us. What's the temperature in the room? How do you feel? And just feel into that energy. Feel into your heart. See the connection between what's on the outside and what's on the inside. The wolf and the dog. And as you focus your awareness in your heart, imagine this energy growing brighter and brighter and brighter. And as you see it expanding and expanding and expanding, you see that light encapsulating and incorporating your entire body, your entire being. And you expand out past your body into your room, into where you are, picking up all the energy there, gifting and receiving to you simultaneously. And now expand your energy past your room into the building or the house that you're in. Feel that energy gifting and receiving, contributing to you at all times. And now expand out past there into the city, the town, the state, the country, the continent, the bodies of water that surround the continent. Expand out even more to neighboring continents and different bodies of water that surround them. Expand out even more beyond there, further and further and further. Expand out into outer space, past different planets and galaxies in the Milky Way, and expand out beyond there, out into different layers of light and some dark. Expand through those layers to a golden-like light, and through a golden-like light into a jelly-like substance light, and through a jelly-like substance light, through a beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And through the law of compassion, you enter into the seventh plane of all that is, the plane of creation, of oneness, of complete totality. And as you allow your ball of light to dissolve into that energy, I want you to feel the lightness that surrounds you, the lightness of your being immediately. Feel the connection to who you be, to each other, to everyone in the universe. And as you expand through that energy even more and more and more and more and more, dissolving into that oneness, you may feel a tingling sensation all over your body. Allow that sensation to contribute to your healing. So now what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to imagine that there's a staircase in front of you, and the staircase is going down. And I'd like for you to begin to descend the staircase from where you are and walk down the staircase. It may look like a black hole. It may look like there's no light, but don't worry, you're safe. Continue to walk down the staircase. Keep going even further and further. And further and further and further. Until you come to the bottom of the staircase. And you look up and you see a giant door. What do you perceive is on the other side of that door? As you look at the door, you can see the handles. What kind of handles are on the door? Are there any engravings on the door? What color is the door? Take in all of that energy. And now, what I'd like you to do is, I'd like for you to open the door. And as you open the door, I want you to step onto the other side and make sure you close the door behind you. And as you open the door, you see that there's a bench sitting there. I want you to take a seat on the bench. I want you to notice where you are. What's going on? What are some of the sensations that you have as you sit on the bench? And now all of a sudden you perceive a person walking towards you. What direction are they walking towards you from? And then all of a sudden you're able to see their face. Do you see their face? Do you recognize them? Perhaps it's someone that you know in this lifetime. Perhaps it's an angel or a master or a guide. Whoever it is, their energy is calm, it's assuring in this space. And they reach out their hand to you and they say, please come with me. And now you begin to follow this energy, this person, wherever they're taking you. And what are some of the things that you pick up as this person escorts you around? Where are you? Are you in a different city, a different town, a different dimension? Whatever it is, don't judge it. Know that you are safe and protected from this space. So keep going a little bit more and a little bit more, and see where this energy leads you. And all of a sudden, you come to this big space, this big clearing. And in this space, all of a sudden, all these other energies, all these other beings, all these other people start to show up. They came here to see you. And they may be people you recognize. Whatever or whoever shows up, don't judge it. Allow it. Nobody is going to hurt you. Nobody is going to harm you. And then all of a sudden, your guide asks you, what would you like to master in your present lifetime that you would like to remember from a previous lifetime? Or what lesson would you like to finally learn so that you could get over having to try to learn this lesson over and over and over? What lesson would you like to learn? And now you're going to look into the audience of all of those beings that came to meet you. And you're going to ask them to show you where it came from, what you can do with it, and how you can remember your past, how you can remember your previous lifetimes, how you can remember your talents, remember your skills, remember your abilities. And now I want you to take a second to listen. Listen to the whispers as they share with you your secrets. I'm just going to give you guys a minute in silence to listen. And so, if there's anything that blocks you from receiving what they're telling you, can we please just destroy it and create it now? And would you like to know what it feels like to be able to harness all of that energy from those previous lifetimes, magnify it times a godzillion in the here and now, and exponentialize it for you and for yourself right here and now? Would you like to know what it feels like to have full and complete reign of your emotions, full and complete reign of your thoughts, your feelings, your power, your abilities? Would you like to know what it feels like in every single cell of your body to trust yourself, to trust your energy, to trust your guides, your angels, your masters, and to trust the universe? If you'd like that, say yes. Great. So now what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to ask your guide if you've learned everything that you need to learn, if you've learned something that you can take with you tonight. Now you can turn to your guide, say thank you, and he's going to begin to walk you back to that bench. Imagine him walking you back to that bench. And now you have this sense of awareness, this sense of knowing, this sense of peace of what you get to look forward to next. As you sit on the bench, you take your seat, and your guide disappears, and they wave to you and they say thank you. And now all of a sudden you can walk back through the door and begin to ascend the staircase to go up, return to the seventh plane of all that is. Feel that energy, that connection, that collaboration with you at all times. Imagine your energy dissolving here and now into this place. Now taking everything that you learned there with you. Would you like to know how to use this energy to work for you in your day-to-day life? How to make monumental changes in the here and the now, that you know how to, when to, where to, and that you are safe to do so now? If you'd like that, say yes. And last but not least, would you like to know that you are unconditional love, that you be unconditional love, and that unconditional love is your birthright? If you'd like that, say yes. Great. Now let's take our palms and rub our palms together. Faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Now take your palms, put your palms over your eyes. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, allow that energy to come into your body, into your being. And now place your hands on your heart and say thank you and congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself for being here, for being a part of this magic, for being a part of the miracles and the mysteries that you be, for sharing all of your energy, the ability to tap into these incredible, incredible past lives. You guys are magic. Thank you for being there, being a part of it. This is my meditation. This meditation is my favorite part yet. Awesome. Cool, Ben. Thank you. Great. We'll have to play a lot more with past life stuff here. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Have an amazing new moon. A happy, a healthy, a safe month. Please do not get wrapped up into the trauma and drama of anything. No trauma, no drama. Just stay focused. There may be war going on outside. Please keep asking, what is right about this that I'm not getting? And if you ask that question when you see that, everything will change. Okay? Thank you guys. Mwah. Have an amazing, amazing night. Sleep well. And I'll see you very soon. For those of you who are on the morning downloads tomorrow, please remember that the downloads will be here on your private Live Alive page. Okay? And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Love you guys.